Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kiali community meeting. We're going to be talking about the v1.80 release of Kiali. Here, we're going to be going through what we did this last sprint, which is a 3-week time period, and all the work that's going to go into the 1.80 release. We'll give you a preview of what's coming up, what we're going to be working on for the next sprint, and then there'll be time at the end for community discussion. This sprint, we finished about 70 or so, well, even more than that across all of the different repos, 70 or 80 different issues. Some highlights of what we worked on. We've had a renewed focus on performance and scalability. So we're really trying to make sure that Kiali performs well in a number of different environments, whether it's a large number of namespaces, large number of workloads, large number of Istio config across multiple clusters. We really want Kiali to perform well, and this has been an issue in the past, so we have a renewed focus on it, and we've already started making some improvements. We're going to be creating some benchmarks, establishing some expectations around how Kiali should perform in those different kinds of configurations and environments. So look for more on this in the next release. Mike, do you have anything you want to add here? Take that as a no. We're also working on a new mesh page. So the current mesh page that we have gives you a broad overview of your clusters and some details about the network, and just shows you some basic info about the clusters in your mesh. Jay, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I'll just jump right into a short demo. So let me choose a window to share. Yeah, so this is the current mesh page that Nick just mentioned, right? And unfortunately, this looks a little more interesting in multi-cluster. I only have a single cluster right now, but you've basically got a list view that's just telling you the clusters that that Kiali is kind of aware of, and a little bit of information about each. So what we've wanted to do for a while was replace this with a topology type view of your infrastructure. So this would be kind of complementing your traffic graph, which everybody kind of knows about if you've used Kiali, with a graph that instead of showing request traffic is actually just showing your infrastructure. This is a very early POC, so things will change probably significantly, but the general idea is that you'll be able to see your clusters. Like, for example, you've got a box here representing the fact that you've got the Kubernetes cluster. I could select that. You'll see in the right-hand side the same information that we had basically in that one list row on the other screen. But you start to get a more graphical view of what's going on. You can see that the Kubernetes cluster's got the Istio system namespace, which inside of it has an Istio-D, has a Kiali. It's configured with a Grafana and a Prometheus and a Jaeger. If I select the namespace in the side panel, you'll see the same information that you would see in the overview page in Kiali, if you're familiar with our landing page. This is the same kind of card information that you would see. And we're basically just starting to get this in place. And it will evolve pretty quickly enough. I think it'll evolve quickly enough that we'll be able to replace this list view very soon, maybe even next sprint. But we'll just see how it goes. That is all I wanted to show. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Jay. Get back to the slides. Can everyone see the slides again?
Yep.
All right. So some other notable changes that are going into the 1.80 release. There's an ignore export to field for ambient mesh. which would be helpful whenever you're configuring ambient mesh. And we've added some profiling endpoints, so you can profile Kiali itself. We're formatting things more consistently in our Kiali repo. There's some pattern fly work going on. So there's two different graphs that you can enable in the Kiali UI. There's the Cytoscape graph, which is the graph that Kiali has always shown. And there's the pattern fly graph, which Jay was using when he demoed the mesh page. So there's more work going into the pattern fly graph to get that to the same feature set as the Cytoscape graph. And some more pattern fly work going on and a new PR template. And then various bug fixes here. Okay, so that's what's going into the 1.80 release. What we're going to be working on for the next sprint for 1.81. You can see the epics that we have in progress here. Performance and scalability, I think, is the one newcomer to this list. So there's going to be a big focus on that in addition to all the other things that we're working on. If you're interested in what the work is that we have teed up, you can go to our project board down here. And that's all for the sprint demo. I will end the recording and we can have the community discussion.